Obviously, winning's a lot better than the alternative. So anytime you win, you got to feel good about something. We played better in the first half. In the second half, we immediately reverted back to the habits and the breakdowns that that I allowed into our practice that caused us to play so bad last week. So we've worked real hard the last 2 days to fix it. That's why we played better in the first half. Now we got to continue to practice, and if it means we lose because we're tired, it is what it is. We're going to learn to play the game the way that we've worked so hard to play it here at South Carolina. And it'd be nice if our marketing department helps us to get some people in the seats. It's a little disappointing to continue to play after the 2 winningest years in the history of the school in a building with 4,000 or 5,000 people. It's embarrassing.
Questions, guys? Dave?
Frank, how do you think your defense was tonight, specifically on the three-pointers?
First half was good. We guarded the first half. We fought, we guarded. And then the second half, we got casual. We started jogging back on defense. No one took ownership of identifying the ball. Nobody was prepared to guard when people came off the dribble. They play in an unorthodox way because their bigs play outside the three-point line. So they run stuff to kind of mess you up a little bit. So our ball screen coverage, the way we practiced it, was better than it had been last week, even though it was slightly different than what we usually do. But once again, we got lucky in the second half because we didn't guard the second half. All we did was foul and jog. And we got lucky that, I don't know, they got tired, they got sped up. They're bigs I'm talking about, but they missed some open licks. They had open shots in the second half that they just missed.
Frank, you mentioned on Monday kind of the inconsistency at guard play that you were seeing. Obviously, Frank played well tonight, well, at least statistically played well tonight. What was your evaluation of those guards? I know Hassani was in and out of the lineup all night.
Yeah, it's still not good. We're not going to fix something that I allowed to go wrong in 2 days. It's going to take time. We're going to fix it. They're either going to put me in a box and bury me, or we're going to fix the problems. There's no other alternative here.
Just how do you think the defense played tonight? They didn't have a real good percentage from three, but overall, how do you think the D was?
I feel like they got some good looks, but at the same time, we got in their faces a lot more than we have in the past. I feel like our defense was a lot more disciplined today or tonight, and we talked a lot more as we were going on.
Yeah, I think we feel all right. We can't this pace for improvement. So.
Questions, guys? Dave?
Frank, really good stat line for you tonight, and you also took a couple of big charges, hit some big threes. Just how comfortable are you feeling out there?
I mean, every game I get more and more comfortable. That comes with practicing with these guys, and just getting to know everybody a little better. Taking charges is always something I took pride in. I try to move my feet as much as possible and just be there when my team needs me.
Colin?
I think you guys missed 13 free throws tonight. Is that a mental thing, or how do you guys kind of work on free throws? Is it just getting in the gym, or is it kind of a mental block you guys have to get over?
I just feel like it's something we got to do as a team. Just make sure before we leave, we make a certain amount of free throws because we're leaving points out there. So I feel like that's going to bite us later in the season. But if we, get a grip on it now, I think we'll be fine.
Frank, it seems like until that big 19-4 run there in the second half, offensively, you guys were kind of a little inconsistent from time to time. What was kind of the pace like out there? What was difficult about executing sometimes in the half court, at least early on?
Honestly, I just feel like we just didn't make shots. We got good looks, we just didn't make shots. I shot an air ball. Like I don't shoot air balls. It was a wide open shot. So I mean, as a team, we just didn't make shots that we usually make. But as you saw in the second half, we moved the ball. We got good shots and we made them.
Frank, it seemed like every time they had a run, one of you guys or Felipe hit a big shot. Just kind of talk about where that comes from, the ability to step up at the right moment and hit a shot like that.
I feel like anybody on this team could have did that. If it's me, if it's Chris, if it's Felipe, Mike, anybody could hit a three and really help boost our team. It was just me today, or it was Felipe, or it was Chris this time. So maybe it'll be somebody else next game.